Hello and welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So I am really excited about this show. If you can't tell, my voice is a little scratchy because that's how epic the ending was. Anyway, let's get to the beginning because it's a 3-bander, so you always know how that goes. Anyway, so this was Armor for Sleep's 20th anniversary tour for What to Do When You're Dead. And yeah, so they actually had some really awesome openers. So the first opener was Hellogoodbye, which I was really excited about because, again, there were one or two songs that we used to listen to back in the day. It was awesome to then see again. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So anyway, let's get started. So the first song that Hellogoodbye opened with was Magic is Real. Oh, actually, I should say before they opened, the guy was like, we're here for a good time, not a long time. So I thought that was fun. And so then after that, so then they played Magic is Real. It had a slower, really jazzy feel to it. Not my personal pick especially for a first song. But it was cool because he was just super energetic the whole time. So yeah, he sold the song more than I think the song sold them. After that, they played a song called Expensive Heart. Very similar feel, but it did have heavier instrumentals, which I liked the lyrics and the verses. And then he stopped at the end and asked the guitarist what he wanted to do. And so he said, I like the Party is Hot one. And so they went to the soundboard and then they played the record, The Party is Hot. So that was pretty fun. They had a lot of good banter and they were kind of playing off of each other the whole time. So that was cool. After that, they went right into the next song. It had an instrumentally heavy start, took a little bit lighter during the second verse. I really liked the lyrics in the verses and the chorus. So then the mic stand fell into the drum set and and then the music dropped towards the end, so I liked that. And so the whole mic with the drum stand or falling kind of towards the drum stand, I don't know if that was intentional because later on he did do it intentional, and I don't know if it was because it fell initially and then he decided to do it intentionally to be funny and make it seem like it was just part of the show. But yeah, so that was just a note. But anyway, there was a lot of movement on the stage and I think that's kind of what was happening. His wire kept getting caught. And so that was cool. That he was able to kind of collect himself and make a joke out of it instead of stress about it. So that was awesome. So then he also said that the guitarist picked the set list and he was going for Dancy. And so the guitarist was like, you're welcome. And he was like, or maybe I'm sorry. So I liked that he addressed, the song picks. So that's kind of funny. Then they played a new song that's unreleased. It had an instrumentally heavy start, very dancey instrumentals. I liked some of the lyrics. They dropped to the mic stand again, and then he took his hat off. So that's again where he dropped the mic stand. It wasn't my favorite, but I did like the quick short feel in the bridge. And then it was really impressive how he moves around the stage and then comes back to the keyboard, just in perfect time. And he, again, he's definitely an energetic kind of moving around the stage and never just standing still doing one thing. So that was impressive. And then at the end there was some weird feedback, so that was unfortunate. After that, the singer picked up a guitar and then the guitarist got his acoustic and they played a song called Coppertone. It had an instrumentally heavy start. I loved the quick short feel of the lyrics in the verse. Really liked the lyrics. And then he came to the edge of the stage and sat down for the instrumental bridge, so that was cool. After that, I couldn't hear the song title, but I guess they had to get something ready for it. So they split the room and he was like, all right, this side is yay and this side is nay. You pick the topic, go. Which was funny. Anyway, so then he took the mic off the stand and accidentally unplugged it, for the start of the chorus. And then he was able to plug it back in halfway through. Luckily, enough people knew the song that it was okay. And again, he just rolled with it, didn't seem stressed about it, so that was awesome. I really liked the lyrics in the verse. The guitarist came and sang the bridge for a bit, which was had more of a rap vibe at first. And I really liked that. I thought that was really, really cool. I really liked that song. So yeah, that was a good song, even despite the malfunction with the mic. That was still a good one. So then they said, like, this song went platinum 3 times, and, you know, we did it the hard way, like, but this was before streaming. And then they went into a Blink-182 cover, which was hysterical. So yeah, that was pretty funny. But then they went into their song that, like, I knew immediately. But they started singing he sang the verses in Spanish. And so I really liked that. That was a cool touch, because for sure not a lot of bands are singing their own songs in a different language. So that was cool. And then he sang the chorus in English, and then for the second verse he started in Spanish again, but then finished in English. And then for the bridge, they sang the lyrics to All Star, which was super fun, like such a fun addition. And then he let the crowd sing part of the chorus, and then they ended in Spanish with a long held note. And honestly, they could have ended their set there and I would have been just as happy. But then they were talking about how the guitarist I think is local. He was wearing a Ravens shirt. So anyway, so the guitarist's dad requested a song, so they started playing a different song, and then they're like, we don't have time for that. So they let the crowd sing one word during the chorus, like consistently one word. It's like said a few times in the chorus, so that was the word that we sang, so we would put the mic into the crowd. And then there was like a fun clapping part at the end of the chorus. Okay, so then he came to the barricade. Oh my gosh. So then he came to the barricade and was like just kind of like walking up and down, and then this one girl from behind me, she came right up to the barricade and started singing, so he was letting her sing on and off. So that was cool. So then he just spent like the whole rest of the song just chilling at the barricade, going back and forth. Again, if they had ended their set a song ago, that would have been great. They did a good job, like, with the next song, so I'm not complaining about that, but again, I would have just been as happy. Anyway, so after that, it was Boys Night Out, and their first song had an instrumentally heavy start, some screaming in the first verse, or the pre-chorus, I couldn't really tell. Really great first song. I liked the lyrics in the chorus and the instrumentals for the first part of the bridge. The second song had an instrumental, Stubby Heart Again. As they said, it was off their self-titled album. I really liked the short, quick feel of the verses and the shift into the chorus. There was an instrumental drop at the beginning of the bridge, and then later on for the chorus. So I thought that was a really great follow-up, had a very similar feel. After that, he gave a shout out to the Have Mercy family, and Have Mercy is a local Baltimore band who stopped being a band right as COVID was about to start, and so I don't know if they ever made up those shows, because I actually saw them, well, you would know if you go back through my channel, the weekend before the weekend everything shut down in Utah. So yeah, so that is cool that was a mention, and that's awesome that they obviously must be a little more local to know them, so that's really cool. So I liked that a lot. So short, quick feel in the instrumentals, recognized it, loved the drop in the instrumentals after the first verse and during the bridge. They let the crowd sing part of the bridge, lots of drops and build-ups, really great. Obviously way too early for me, because that was one of the 2 songs I knew, and I was like, no bro, too early. The next song had an instrumentally heavy start, really fast start, slowed down for the chorus. There was a screaming part, which was then there was a less heavy instrumental chorus, or maybe it was a verse. So overall the drums were loud, and I couldn't tell if it was because I was in the front or because the mixing was off, but it was hard to hear the lyrics. For most of the songs, it was really hard, especially when the drums were playing, and the bass was really loud too. But again, it was is it because I was standing one person behind the barricade, or is it just that it was off? But the people in front of me also said that they couldn't really hear. So again, I don't know if it's just because the drummer was hitting the drums harder than the previous drummer. I don't know. Anyway, the next song had a less heavy instrumental start, and he sang the line in the chorus, which I recognized immediately, so it was really great to see that song live. I love the breakdown and the feel of the chorus. And then he, in the chorus, there's a build back up into the verse, which I really liked. He let the crowd sing as part of the verse. and really seemed to make some subtle changes by holding some words, which I really loved. And then there were dual vocals at the end, which I, again, always love a good dual vocal. So that was awesome. Again, too early. Any song I recognize that is not at the end. It's too early. Anyway, that's just me being me. Instrumentally heavy start for the next one, with screaming right at the beginning and then shifted to normal singing. I really liked the part where it was more normal. There was a slight drop in instrumentals for the chorus. And again, obviously that made it a little bit easier to hear. I really loved the drop in instrumentals for the bridge, and then I also loved the instrumentals in the bridge too. And then he started singing and then went back to screaming before going back into the chorus, and then let the crowd sing the woes at the end, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, that was a good song. After that, he introduced the band, and then again, I recognized the instrumentals immediately. Really like the lyrics in the first verse, and I love the chorus. So fun to see live. Called a fan out for texting, like right as he was about to go back into the chorus towards the end, and then screaming towards the end was great. So I really like that song. Really glad to see it live, and love just like the "Are you texting?" and she kind of like was like, "Huh." All right, so then the next song, I really liked the instrumentals at start. It was a little bit less instrumentally heavy, so it was easier to hear the lead singer. I liked the lyrics in the first verse. There was a good build-up into the chorus, and I loved the instrumentals in the bridge. Really cool how it went into the lyrics. It's like a quick, short break, and then like in the instrumentals, and so I liked that a lot. So yeah, so I really loved that. Then something happened with the mic and the guitarist. So the mic like went out or something. He's like, "Oh, I think I just lost the mic." And then the guitarist started playing the same Blink one from before, the Blink song from before. So that was like so fantastic, and like just love that they clearly are listening, or you know, had listened at least in the past and knew that they teased that song. So that was great. I really liked that. I thought that was a good touch. Anyway, so then once they finally got things settled, the song had a heavy instrumental start, and then the lyrics started right away. It was a screaming part. Music dropped for the pre-chorus, and then there was like quick short feel of the instrumentals and a slight slowdown. At least like it sounded like he like literally was slowing down for a little bit, which was so cool. And then at the end he held a note, which was really impressive because it was a screaming note, so that was cool. And then I unfortunately like I just didn't like, it was a good song, I just didn't recognize it. So you know, I don't like when you play that song last. Why didn't you play the other song last instead? But again, that's maybe just a me thing and that I need to get over. Okay, so then it was Armor for Sleep, and this could have gone one of two ways. They either would have played the album in full from start to finish, and you know, then played some extra songs at the end for the encore. Or, I mean, well, I guess technically it did happen, which was literally the greatest decision early November ever made, but they could have done it backwards, which would have been fine. Or they could have done what they did, which was great. But of course, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to complain a little bit about the song order, just because like my perfect Armor for Sleep set is in my head and will forever be in my head, but it's okay. Anyway, so let's get started with Armor for Sleep. So there was a recording of voices before the band came out, and it was about ghosts, and so it was definitely like cool what they were saying and interesting, and would love to hear or like read the transcript for that. Okay, so they went right into Remember to Feel Real, which is like one of my favorite songs. Such a fantastic start. So glad that it wasn't Car Underwater, because that signaled to me immediately that they were not going to play it from start to finish. They were going to mix up the songs, which was like totally fine with me, especially in this case when like the end of the album is slower, and honestly those aren't my favorite songs on that album. So like I was so happy to know that like Car Underwater was coming last, and that was going to be a great way to end the show. So anyway, again, love that song. Came too early for me, unfortunately, but anyway, definitely subtle changes in how the words were saying. So great. Love the lyrics in the bridge, like just so much. And I know they're like simple lyrics, but I love them, and it's just so fun to see live. Great, like pull in the song for the crowd. Loved it. So then after that, it was Awkward Last Words. Fantastic follow-up. Love the lyrics in the chorus. pauses were added in the chorus. Loved the changes in the second verse. Like, particularly the second verse was so good. I think there were changes in the first verse, but really the second verse, the changes shined. Changed the chorus after the bridge, which was fantastic, and then there were changes in the instrumentals at the end. So great. Fantastic follow-up. One of my favorite songs off the album. Great. After that, there was a recording again, and then he went in to Stay on the Ground. Like, literally my, like, 1, 2, 3, like, so perfect. Like, such a perfect set of songs right in a row. So yeah, like, that's what I would have wanted at the end. Like, that would have been, and well, I'll get into it. Okay, anyway, love this song. Changed the pacing in the second verse, or the third verse. Love the bridge and the chorus coming back. It was less instrumentally heavy, so that was really cool. And then he came up to the raised platform for the instrumental ending, which was awesome. And again, just like such a great song. And I love the instrumental ending because, you know, it drops and you think the song is over and most people cheer, but you're like, no, bro, there's more. And then he goes into the instrumental ending and it was like he was right in the platform in front of me. So that was awesome. I really loved that. After that, this was like the downfall, but I get it. But it just, like they were one song away from like the first 4 perfect songs. So anyway, they went into a quick little flight. Way slower start. I knew obviously that this had to happen at some point, that there would have to be a slower start after like an epic song, especially when you start with Remember to Feel Real. Like, you were like, all right, so at some point they're going to slow it down, which is fine. But I personally would have loved to see the next song first and then a quick little flight. Because the next song was, oh my gosh, sorry, freaking out. There's like lights and things, and yeah. Anyway, scares me every time. And I was just thinking, I'm like, it's gonna do that soon. I should have just been prepared. Anyway, okay. So the next song is The More You Talk, The Less I Want to Hear, and so I love that song. And so those first 3 songs plus this song would have been, and then like to end with Car Underwater is my ideal Armor for Sleep set, right? Don't really care what comes, I mean, I do care a little bit about what comes beforehand, but like, don't really care about what comes beforehand. I just want those first 3 songs, this song, and then Car Underwater to end the show. Like, that is my ideal set for them. Anyway, so yeah, so it obviously has a heavier start compared to the previous song. Second verse was sang in like a great way. Literally love the bridge. And he changed the bridge, the pace, like when the instruments came in full. So, you know, it starts out and it's like you have that rainy sound, and so the instruments aren't totally full. And then when the instruments came in full again for the bridge, it was just like, oh, the changes were so good. It was so great. I love that song so much. Like, it could potentially be my favorite Armor for Sleep song at this point. I'm not really sure. It never really was. Stay on the Ground has always been like a solid for me, but seeing it live like that, it just, oh my god, it's like every time I see it live, it makes me love it that much more. Then after that, they went into Basement Goes Singing, changed the beginning with the pacing. Great song. Really like the subtle changes. Love the chorus, how like the instrumental shifts from the verses. The guitarist got up on the platform for the part between the chorus and the verse, which was awesome, and I do love that guitar part too. I love how the lyrics before the pre-chorus were sang, and then just like the lyrics in general are great. And then it was cool, so at the end, like the crowd did the dual singing for the vocal part, and that was awesome. Like, I loved that, that there wasn't really an expectation, and then we just all did it, so that was really cool. After that, it was Walking Alone at Night. Went right into the song just like it does in the album. Really smart choice, order-wise, which again, I understand they're going in the order of the album, but it was a good choice. It was good to go from Basement Goes Singing to Walking Alone at Night. Really great to see live. I really like the second verse and the lyrics in the chorus. Love the instrumentals in the bridge, and then like right after the bridge, I love those instrumentals. So yeah, so that was awesome to see. Okay, and then they thanked Hellogoodbye, and then Boys Night Out, but he said Boys Night Out because they're from Canada, so I loved that. Loved that like little touch. After that, they played I've Been Right All Along, Really good follow-up, and again, I think it's in the same order on the album, because it has that similar feeling. Loved the breakdown for the bridge and the build back up. Yeah, so that was great. That was a good follow-up. After that, the recorded voice came back on again to start the song. At the start of the song, he was on the platform. It was just the guitar. And then it had full instrumentals, but it did have a slower start. So that was the end of a fraud. The end of a fraud. Again, well placed, good follow up, but I do think that's in the order of the album. I really love the heavy feel in the chorus compared to the verse for this one, because you have like that slower verse and then you get like that really full sound in the chorus. And then I really love the transition into the Truth About Heaven chorus was great. And so again, like they haven't played that song yet, because normally on the album it's the second song. But they hadn't played it, and I could see like where you might be hesitant to play this song before that song, just because you're like, well, now I'm going to the chorus of a song that I'm going to sing later. But it worked great, and it was really good. Then after that, we got the recording again. The whole band left the stage, and then so they had these green lights the whole time, and like to match the album color. And then all of a sudden they turned red, so that was cool. So then just Ben came back with a guitar, and he started singing to what was clearly recorded instrumentals, and then the rest of the band came out as he sang the first verse, and then it was, again, it had like a slower start. Obviously he was just him with the guitar, so it was a little bit slower, and it was the end of the world, and then it got instrumentally heavy and became more full. I was just glad that they were playing other songs from other albums, and it was excellently placed. I thought that was a great way to come back. So you play like the slower songs at the end of the album, and then you come back with End of the World, which is a really good choice, because you can start it slower and then build it up just like they did. And then after that song, he explained that the next song was about COVID, and it was How Far Apart, and I'm so glad they played it. I've been wanting to see it since they released it, and I went to go see them a few times. Granted, like one time was in a festival setting, so I knew they weren't probably going to play it. But yeah, like I'm so happy to see it. I want to see it live. I'm glad they played that particular one from that album. I really love the guitar in the lead up to the bridge. It's just great. I'm so glad that they're playing that, and I honestly, I wish they were more popular and that everyone loved them as much as I do. So then after that, they played Dream to Make Believe. Okay. First of all, I love this song. Second, I was so focused on the What to Do When You're Dead part of this show and like the newer music, because I wanted to see if they were going to play that I honestly forgot about this song. And when they played it, I was like, oh my gosh, this song is so good. It was a fantastic, like, non-surprise for me. Like, everyone else was like, yeah, we kind of expected this song to be played, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this song, of course, why did I not think of it? Like, just what a fantastic chorus. Second verse is so great to see. He let the crowd sing the first half of the bridge, which was just great. Like, it's just a great song. It was so good to see live. And again, I really loved it after End of the World, which was, again, I really liked that choice. And then to have it after How Far Apart, just well placed. Really liked it. Such a great song to see live. So then after that, they went back into the bonus track off of What to Do When You're Dead. So it's called Very Invisible. Again, I really liked it. I honestly thought they were going to then just finish the rest of the album. So I was kind of surprised when that was not the third to last song. I really liked the lead up to the chorus. And then there's a shift where the music gets instrumentally heavier. So I really like that. The third verse is great. Or the bridge, no, I think it's the third verse. Bridge is great, yeah, because it had a short, quick feel in the instrumentals, and really, okay, so it has this like short, quick feel, but the lyrics don't necessarily feel short and quick, but they felt like super powerful the way he was singing them, so I really, really liked that. I thought the bridge was really awesome. Okay, so then after that, there was an instrumentally heavy start, and then it remained instrumentally heavy. I really liked the lyrics in the chorus. It was the only song that I didn't really recognize or know. But he went to the platform for the instrumental part of the bridge, which was cool, and there was a brief pause between the bridge and the chorus, so I really liked that. And the way the lyrics were sang towards the end, it's had like this nice, like, quick, short feel for a few lines, so I really liked that as well. So yeah, that was really great. So then after that, they played Smile for the Camera, and they started out on the platforms, both him and the guitarist. It was a good follow-up. It was good to see live. I haven't seen it in a long time, if I've ever seen it. I'm pretty sure I've probably seen it. But anyway, I like the variation in the sound, like, in and around the chorus. And then the chorus at the end was really good. So yeah, so it was a good song to see live. So after that, the recording went off, but he kind of just like went into the next song. So I don't know if they had run late or if something had happened. I'm not really sure what happened there, but then the recording never came back on. I guess I thought the recording was going to come on one more time when they went into the last two songs of the album, but it didn't happen. So I'm wondering if that was a mistake, because he was just literally like, okay, we're going to go to the next song now. So that was interesting. But anyway, the song that was next is What a Beautiful World. I think that's what it's called. So good. Like, it's their newest release, and I love it. I'm so glad they played the song. Wanted to see it live. They did an excellent job. It's a really good song. And so, again, like, I'm just so happy that they're playing their new stuff, because their new stuff is good. And I'm really excited about it. And so, you know, well placed, right? It wasn't the last song. Good job not making it the last song, but it was towards the end, and it was right after, one of their more popular songs, Smile for the Camera. It was good. It was good. I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad they played it. I'm so glad they played it. Okay, so now let's get to the last two songs. The Truth About Heaven. So glad it was not the last song. It's always dicey, right? Like, do you then do 1 and 2, or like, are you going to do it backwards in terms of like the listing on the album? So glad they chose to do this one second to last. It's a great song, don't get me wrong, but nothing beats ending Armor for Sleep show with Car Underwater. So anyway, so the lyrics before the chorus, like, they get me every time, especially in the first verse. Like, I just love it. It's so good. I love seeing the song live. The lyrics in the second verse are great. I mean, lyrics pretty much overall in the song are great. But anyway, he let the crowd sing one of the choruses right after the bridge while he stood on the platform. And then he did that same thing again at the end. So that was awesome. I just love that. The expectation was, yeah, guys, like, you got to do this with me. So that was cool. And he maybe even said that at one point. So that was great. And then after that, they played Car Underwater. He talked about writing the song and his own struggles with mental health, and how, like, the fact that we've been listening to it for 20 years has, like, helped him still be here today. So that was nice to hear. And again, I think it was genuine. I don't think he was just like trying to say stuff to say stuff. But he let the crowd sing the second fourth of the first verse. Does that make sense? So he started with the first like 2 lines, we sang the next 2 lines, and then he sang the next 4 lines. God, that song is just so good to see live. I love everything about it. The lyrics, the bridge is fantastic, and then the dual vocals toward the end, so good. So he changed some of it. I honestly did not take a ton of notes at that point, because I was just jumping around, and it was just so great. And I really love that song, and it's just so good. Such a great, fantastic way to end an Armor for Sleep show. Oh my gosh, score. Okay, I thought Hellogoodbye was really good. I would love to see them in a bigger stage with a little more room to run around in, because I think they would be really great performers. He was very energetic the whole time. Some of their songs I didn't love, but I loved the Spanish. I thought that was really great, and it's a really good way for, like, because I know bands get tired of playing the same songs over and over again every night, so like that's a fun way to mix it up for them. Boys Night Out was good. I honestly wish I could have just heard the lyrics a little bit more, and I don't know if that was a mix problem, like a mixing board problem, or if that was just like a I was too close problem. But when like I knew the song, I was super excited about it, and he was like super energetic, and all the songs were like grabbing, and like there wasn't really like a lull other than I couldn't hear the lyrics. Oh God, and then Armor for Sleep, man, those first 3 songs, oh, so good, but so early. I mean, again, the only complaint I have about Armor for Sleep is the order. It's just so, I mean, what are you going to do? Again, you can start slow and work your way backwards. I don't know. I just literally love all of those songs. They're so good. And just the changes that are constantly made. So glad he played the newer songs. You know, but then also some older ones off of different albums. I thought they were all good choices. I mean, except for maybe the first 4, like that 3rd song, the 4th song really should have been the 5th song, and they should have swapped. Oh God, so good. Although I guess no matter where you place that song after those 4, it would have just been whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna. Oh gosh, this is so hard. I'm going to give this one. I'm trying not to be too picky about the order because I know I can be nitpicky about it. I'm gonna give this one a 9.2. Just because, again, lyrics, not being able to get the lyrics for Boys Night Out was frustrating. And then, you know, Hellogoodbye was good, but there were just some song choices that I wouldn't have made myself. And then obviously the order in Armor for Sleep is always something. But yeah, let me know what you think. Did you go to a show? Did you want to go? Were you at my show? Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.